it's your girl Shanti. I'm back with another video, and as you see by that title, I'm interviewing my big brother, Jay Bankz.
What's going on, sis?
Chilling.
How you doing? You good?
I'm good, yeah. How you doing?
I'm alright. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Definitely.
You ready to get into this video? How you feeling?
I'm alright, you know. Just
You feel a little nervous?
No, I'm straight, you know, because it's an interview. It's about me, so
Right.
I'm going to get y'all, you know.
Okay.
I'm going to try to keep everything 100, just like with the music.
Alright, so like, boom, we just gonna start basic or whatever. Like, you said your name already, so like, where you from?
Where I'm from,
Yeah.
born in Champaign, grew up in Danville, from the 217. You know, I claim that faithfully.
That's what's up. You mind telling them your age?
Oh, yeah, I'm 27, born in 96, Capricorn.
January?
Yeah, January 9th.
That's what's up. You got any kids?
Yeah, just had a baby. She 2 months now. I got 4 total.
Alright, so you already said where you was born and raised. Let's start basic. Like, by having children, how does it like affect your work?
If anything, it makes me want to like pursue the music even more. That's why, you know, like I really don't drop how I'm supposed to drop. You know, I space my singles out.
Right.
You know, like as far as like recording, I really don't record like that.
Right.
When I do songs, I down there do most of the song. I do, you know, I start off with like, you know, the first verse, the hook. Then I lay down the rest of the hooks, and then I usually go back and finish. But that's what really motivated me to my kids.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't even try to rap as much. Because it's just, you know, like it's an interest for me, but it's like a time management thing, you know. And starting off as an artist, you know, it ain't very profitable to hop into the rap game right now. It's really not.
Oh, okay. Next question. Like, how does your... Okay, no, we ain't gonna do that one yet. When did you start rapping?
When did I start rapping?
Yeah.
I'll say I started rapping probably around, I was about 8, I'll say, about 8 years old.
8, okay.
And by start rapping, I mean just like writing out lyrics and shit, performing it to myself, you know. As far as recording, I ain't start recording. I recorded my first song in 8th grade. That's when I really recorded. I had pretty much figured out what I needed, you know, the basics to record, and I just started recording myself because I ain't know too much about studios, and I definitely ain't had the money for a studio either. So.
How did you get into rapping? Like, what made you start rapping?
What made me start rapping? I was just always into like BET, you know. Every Friday and Saturday I was on 106 Park, you know. I was into that every morning.
Right.
You feel me? So that's what motivated me to rap, you know, just seeing like, okay, cause where I grew up, you know, the hood, you know, so you see niggas that's like the niggas on your block, except they got more money, they got them cars, they got the girls, you know, they doing their thing, they got their own label, like they business owners also, you know. So like where I come from, like that's something that you want to pursue. You don't want no regular life, like you really want to, you know, establish some shit yourself and be your own boss overall, you know. I can't speak for a lot of other artists, but that's what drawn me to the rap game.
Right. How do you stay motivated and inspired to make music?
Like I said, you know, mostly the kids, but besides that, you know, I just always remind myself that it was always a goal as a shorty just to become an artist, you know? And that's what really keep moving on. In fact, you know, I'm the type of person, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, you know? And like, I can't really give up on something that I really want in the end, because I'm gonna cheat myself, you know?
Yep. If it wasn't for music, where would you be now?
If it weren't for music,
yeah,
I'm gonna take it as if I was never like introduced to rap. If I never was, I'd say I can't really tell you, you know. That you know, when you get exposed to it so young, that affects a lot of things about you. It affects how you dress, you know, your jewelry, you know. It affects the type of money you want to have, how you want to get your money. You know, it affects the way you talk, the way you act, everything, you know. So I feel like without hip-hop, honestly, I wouldn't even know where I would be, you know, because hip-hop played a big ass role in my life. I ain't gonna lie.
We grew up on hip hop.
That's our culture.
Right, that's our culture. Exactly. I get what you're saying though. What was the hardest, what is the hardest thing about being a rapper?
The hardest thing about being a rapper, for me, the hardest thing with it for me is just knowing, your worth as far as your craft and as far as your content, and pretty much, I say not receiving your flowers when you feel like it's due. Like pretty much, it's a lot of guys that's, at the top of the charts right now. They really, some of them, most of them didn't put in a lot of too much work. That's the only thing that bothers me is when I see, half-ass artists just, take off, but I don't, discredit anybody or anything, and I don't get jealous of nobody's success, but I feel like, in the rap music, it's like the niggas that work the hardest, they don't really get the most recognition, you know what I'm saying? They just really don't.
If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
If I could perform anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
If I could perform anywhere, I'd say somewhere in Africa. Because I see the way, they respond to, American music, as far as, the drill scene, the trap scene, they love our shit. And, that's where a lot of us come from, so it'll be a blessing to, be able to perform for, your type of people, you know what I'm saying? So if you was born in America, but your family from Mexico, you was to go back to Mexico, perform for your whole nationality, that's some big shit, because you a big figure amongst your people,
Right. Where can people find your music?
You can find my music on all platforms.
Like Spotify,
the main ones that people fuck with, I say Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Pandora. I got shit on Pandora also. So check all that out.
Alright. How would you describe yourself as a rapper?
How would I describe myself?
Yeah.
I'd say blunt, truthful, and raw. My content is very raw sometimes.
Right.
Some shit I put in a song, my man's asked me, you sure you should have said that, bro? You breaking down a lot of too much shit that, really didn't happen. But, that's raw content. Music should be your story or, a part of you that you just want to put out to the people, and I'm the type of person, I take all the fuck-ups I did in life, all that shit that fucked me up, and I'm putting in the song, because I'm going to sell on my pain,
Right. What makes you different from other rappers in the industry?
What makes me different? Like I said, I feel like my content different the way I said, I might have a sound that's familiar to somebody or something, but I feel like my shit different because how I perform my shit, how I jump on my beats and how I flow, and how I pronounce myself on a song, I just feel like I do a lot of shit different than niggas.
Right. How do you plan yourself to break through and become bigger?
How I plan to break through? Honestly, I've been thinking about trying to get my own, label together, building a team, and we just do everything, get everything out the mud and just put in a lot of footwork as far as promotion and networking. That means if we got to set up tour dates, within our region that's not too profitable, that's what we got to do because at the end of the day, that recognition, that's going to get to the bag eventually.
Right. What rapper inspires you the most?
What rapper inspires me the most?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Honestly, I would say I have 3 artists that inspire me the most. Number one, I'm gonna go with the deceased one first. I say Pimp C. That's what really motivated me to take this rap shit for real when I was a shorty.
Right.
I say Pimp C. I don't know. I always had a love for Southern hip hop. Especially Pimp C because, he was just coming with that raw content. He was saying shit niggas wasn't saying, and he always made motherfuckers raise eyebrows with the shit that was said because he was the type of motherfucker just didn't give a fuck how a nigga feel.
Right.
He just gonna speak his truth. you know, and he spoke that truth very well in a lot of the music, you know, and I still play that shit to this day, you know. A lot of these artists nowadays, you know, they sample half the shit he said, they sample half the loops and, you know, sounds he used in a lot of his projects, you know.
Right.
And another artist I was inspired by a lot was Cameron. Why? Because, you know, like for a Harlem, New York nigga, he had that flow, you know, like, and he got the hardest metaphors in the game, if you ask me. You know, he can make some of the simplest and dumbest shit sound hard. You know, like he a true artist when it comes to like being versatile, I say.
Right.
And another artist that motivated me a lot, I say, is Nas. Why? Because, you know, Nas got that real rawness and he got that creativity and he got that, you know, it's just something about the way that nigga rap, you know, honestly, you know, it's just the wordplay for me. I like when,
Right.
you know, rappers can just spit some shit and like, I feel like I'm in the hallway with these niggas just word for word, you know, like I'm in that studio session, like I feel that shit and a lot of their lyrics I can relate to, so.
Right. What are your goals for your music career?
My main goals for my music career, knock out these next few singles I got that I'm cooking up, and honestly, put the artwork out for my mixtape. And then by the time all that's said and done, I want to have my first music video done also, which that's still in the making also.
Right. What is your next mixtape album like title? I mean,
My next mixtape title.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't really thought of a title. You know, I always
You
have a
just
few
did the
of them that you know, I always just carried around just in case I did finish up some shit to drop a project. But
Right.
honestly, like the title, like that's gonna be something that's real important to me. So I'm gonna put a lot of thought into that, and it's gonna speak for every track that's on the track list. You know, so.
Right. What was the first song you ever made?
The first joint I ever made, let's see. I forgot the name of that motherfucker.
Your first song you ever made? I feel like it was that Chinese song, or what? It wasn't.
Nah,
It wasn't. That was the first song I ever heard.
It was this shit I did in like 8th grade, I believe. It was.
Yeah, you said 8th grade. What was the name of it?
It was me and my nigga Torch. I forgot the name of it, but
It's on YouTube?
Nah, it definitely ain't on YouTube. It was so damn weak, but I had did a remix to that Lil Boosie Young Jeezy Better Believe It beat. You know, I believe it was called Rain and Money or some shit like that. That was the first single I ever did. And you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I had a lot of help with that song. You know, like for the hook, I had a whole female help me like write half the motherfucking hook. A motherfucking homegirl of mine, you know, so
Right.
yeah, like I ain't have all my shit together back then, but
if you could perform or collab with any artist, who would it be and why?
if I could perform or collab with any artist, who and why? Let me see. I mean, honestly, I would have to say, I ain't gonna lie, you know, like, it might throw y'all off, but I have to say Rakim. You know, I definitely would want to fuck with the God MC on the song. Like, that'd be a blessing, you know, not for really the fans, but just for me personally, and like, how much appreciation I have for music. Like, that'd be a fucking honor, you know, considering the fact the man's still alive to this day, you know. That's like one of the first, like, real MCs to, like, go crazy on the music shit for real, you know.
Ooh. If you had to switch body with another rapper, who would it be and why?
Who would it be and why?
Yeah.
That's the question we weren't supposed to do, wasn't it? But I still answer it though. Reason I don't like that, cause like I don't really be comparing myself to a lot of people.
Right.
You know, like I feel
That
like
makes
that's an
sense.
envious trait to have. You know, but if I could switch body with any artist, shit. Honestly, I'd say 50 Cent and shit. Why 50 Cent? Because, you know, he was a successful recording artist, and then the after effects of his music, you know, like him doing the whole Power series, you know, him having a book, you know, him having multiple movies, you know. That's a goal I set for myself as an artist also, because, you know,
You want to do movies
rap
like that?
game, like Ice Cube said, you know, basketball players won't be rappers, rappers won't be basketball players. Like the rap game and the ball league, that shit all the same. Once you through, you know, with your basketball term and it's time to retire, you have to survive off endorsements and sponsors and shit. You know, just as well as any artist. Once you done with that music shit for real, you know, you really got to branch into other shit. Movies, you know, commercials, TV, sponsors, you know, shoes, clothing, you know.
Right.
And the reason I say that, honestly, is because, you know, he accomplished a lot like that. He pretty much accomplished the goals that, you know, any other artist would want to accomplish.
How do you sponsor your music?
How do you sponsor it?
Yeah, like you post it like on your social media and stuff like that?
Oh, how do I promote? Pretty much.
Promote, sponsor it.
I promote through pretty much Facebook, you know. I say Facebook and Instagram. They're my two main promotions. And then, like, you know, when I drop some shit, I'll just, you know, send it out to all the homies, email or a text or something. That's another goal of mine, is to, you know, get my promotion way better than, like, how it is now.
Right. How do you come up with your lyrics?
How I come up with my lyrics.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, when I select the beats that I like and I fuck with it and I feel like hard. Sometimes, like, I say that too, but, you know, you probably don't know because you don't rap, but, like, say somebody sends you a beat, right? They gonna send you a beat and they gonna send you the title for that beat. A lot of niggas don't really do this, but I just always done this. Like, when I see a beat and I see the title, I feel like the title is, you know, the vision that the producer had for the beat. You know what I'm saying? So I try to, you know, like, I try to keep it around the, you know, like around the subject of the title. And if I feel like the title don't match the beat, then I just come up with my own shit pretty much.
Right.
And how I come up with my own shit, I try to do 2 or 3 different flows onto a beat that I like. Whichever one sound the hardest, I stick with that flow. And then if I can switch up my flow 2 or 3 times, then I know like that beat to go, you know, because that's
right.
The main thing that attracts listeners is, you know, your flow.
Do you promote your own music or do you work with a producer? I mean, do you produce your own music or do you work with a producer?
I don't produce my own music. When I first started out, I was producing my own music.
Right.
I was mixing it. You know, I was actually engineering for a lot of other artists in my city. That's what, you know, made me stand out at first. And, like, that's how I got my name popping at first. You know,
Right.
but I go to a studio. My producer, Sebastian Miller, a.k.a. Snake the Goat, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
bro
who you
definitely
did that
do
song
his
with?
thing. Yeah, bro definitely do his thing. I actually got a few singles with bro, you know, and like we got a lot of shit in the making. That's actually who inspired me to even jump back onto this music shit for real, honestly. You know, but that's who produces my music. Lit Music Studios.
In general, like, besides the rap and everything, like, just in general, what is the best advice anyone ever gave you?
The best advice anyone ever gave me is the best advice I ever gave me is that I ever got was from my grandma and from my pops. You know, my pops, he had told me since I was shorty, you know, just always be honest and always tell the truth.
Right.
And, you know, that shit, you can carry that shit along with you with
Right.
anything
Then
you do in
you
life.
be lying, then that's just
Exactly.
stay
you
on
know?
your mind.
Exactly, you know, because when you lie to yourself, you just selling yourself short every time. You know, if you tell yourself you're going to have this bridge done in 3 days and you ain't even laid out the platform or you write a blueprint, that motherfucker not finna be done in 3 days.
Right.
You can keep lying to yourself. But if you're honest and you truthful with yourself, that's how you're going to get to where you're trying
Right.
to go.
If you're truthful with yourself and
Yeah.
actually doing it,
Exactly.
you can get it. But if you just sitting there not doing nothing to help you, like, you know, get what you need, it ain't gonna work.
Exactly. But some more advice I got too, like I said, was from my grandma. She used to always tell me, like, cause I was a real materialistic ass kid, you know, growing up, kind of fucked up and shit. You know, once I got older, I wanted a lot of shit, you know, and I wanted a lot of flashy shit.
Right.
You know, and I was materialistic as fuck. But she used to always tell me, like, you can't put $100 hat on a 10-cent head. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a $50 shirt on a 5-cent ass nigga. You know, and like that means like pretty much like your thinking, your mind space, and your spirit and your personality. That's your worth. You know,
Right.
so you can't pretty much be a shitty ass person, but you want this, that, and the third. It ain't gonna work like that. You know.
Right. If you had to change one thing about yourself, what would it be? And why would you do
If
that?
I could change one thing about myself,
Yeah.
honestly, if I could change one thing about myself, it would have been once I got my GED, I went to college somewhere, and instead of trying to pursue a factory job, because what made me do that was I wanted some money. I wanted some income. You know, it was paying
Right.
decent. I ain't never made no money like that, so I'm like, shit, I'm finna go with this. When if I'd have just went to school for 2-4 years or something, you know, I probably could have came out with like a bachelor's or some shit. You know, and like a
Can't
bachelor's
you-
is a guaranteed $50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And like that would have saved me from a lot of the troubles I went through in the streets. You know, which it took me a lot of self-evaluating to like realize shit like that. You know, because niggas is spend 4-5 years trying to learn some shit, trying to pursue some shit in the street, end up bump, land their ass in jail, end up doing another 5, and then guess what? You just fucked yourself out of 10 years when you could have did shit the right way. Took your ass to school 2-4 years, got out, you running up a bag the next 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Damn near taking yourself right back to school, you feel me, making an even bigger bag, you know, because that's what it all comes down to, you know, like a lot of people do the shit they do in the streets and, you know, trying to pursue like, you know, a better life for themselves and shit, because I know I'm the type of nigga, I'm out here grinding every day because I'm trying to get that big house, you know what I'm saying, with the picket fence and shit at the end of the day. And, you know, I could have got that doing some shit way different, you know. Because when you get shit legally out the mud, they can't take it from you. That's all I got to say to the young niggas. They can't take it from you.
If you know, what are all your songs mostly about?
Honestly, most of my songs are talking about either
Your lifestyle?
mostly my lifestyle, I say, and the life I want to live. A lot of my songs are about pretty much hustling dope, being smart while you doing it, not trusting nobody while you doing it, staying 10 toes,
Right.
watching them niggas that you be around, but pretty much watching motherfuckers that you be around, and, you know, just not trusting motherfuckers, honestly. Like, I pretty much give niggas game that's in the streets in my music. You know, I tell you how to, you know, jug that pack and how to put that money up on some smart shit. Don't be a goofy ass nigga and, you know, make the moves you trying to make, shit.
Right. Out of all your singles, which one is your favorite?
Out of all my singles, right now, my favorite one is, that's out right now, I say my favorite one, Playoffs. You know, I don't really be playing it like that because I don't know, it's just something about me hearing my own voice on a song I don't really like. But if I'm turned up, I'll be turned up. But as far as shit I ain't dropped, my favorite one is Ain't For The Weak. That shit, mostly off the dome right there. Like, that was just going in, punching in and out and shit. Relentlessly. We went hard on that shit. Sebastian did his thing, you know, as far as producing it, and I did my thing as far as delivering that shit to y'all. So that's dropping real soon. That's probably gonna end up being the first video though.
Okay. Can you rap one of your singles?
Here now?
Yeah.
I got you. I feel like we need to do another video for that to set up real quick. But I can definitely do that.
Okay.
I ain't shit. And I'm gonna probably do some unreleased shit for y'all.
What was that song you was making when you was in the studio?
Which one?
And you had posted that on your story and it was a booming and you was in the studio. I think you was in the studio with Jacquel.
Ah, that one, that's the Get Rich or Die Trying. It's almost finished though. That one's definitely almost finished.
Y'all make music together?
Actually, nah, bro was supposed to hop on that, but you know, my nigga was tweaking in that bitch. He was high as hell, I ain't gonna lie. So like,
You always tweaking.
yeah, so
You be calling my phone tweaking.
we gonna end up getting into some shit though, you know, definitely, you know.
Right. Well, no, wait. If it's like, if I say what was the first single you ever made, is that the same thing as whatever the first song you ever made?
No, that ain't the
Okay,
same
so
question.
what was the first single you ever made?
What the fuck was it? Ooh. I forgot the name of this
Bounce
shit.
Back?
Mm-mm.
It was
No.
before Bounce Back?
I mean, honestly, if you want to talk like, professionally wise, my first single I ever dropped was that was that Hours track I got. That joint came off of SoundCloud and shit. It's on there now still. Search up Jay Bankz, pull up Hours. That joint came out with about 2016. It did about 15,000 plays. It was decent. That was like my first real single though.
Right. How many singles do you have? Mixtape, single.
I dropped like my whole life. I dropped about like I say I dropped about 3 tapes as far as singles. Right now I got out two official singles, and then I got a feature song, Black Beans that just came out. Snake the Goat, me, Kush for Lunch on that joint. Go check that out. That's also on Apple Music.
Oh, you got music on Apple Music too?
Yup.
Right.
Most of it's on there, Apple Music. That's where
Most
all
of
my
your
new
songs?
shit coming to. Yup, right on Apple Music. Type in Jay
Don't you gotta
Bankz.
pay for that?
If you got iPhone, yeah. Sometimes they throw that 3 month free trial out though. So if you don't got Apple Music, definitely fuck with it. You can hear a lot of my shit on there. All the upcoming shit is dropping to Apple Music. It originally drops to every platform though. So if you got iPhone, Samsung, you can still fuck with my shit, regardless.
Okay, this might sound like the same question I asked before, but like, what got you into rapping?
What got
Have I
me into
asked you that
rapping?
before?
Yep.
Oh, I thought I said that one.
You said something from up here, but
Yeah, it was that one.
what got me into it, what really made me want to rap was
You grew up on it, like you said.
yeah, I grew up on it, and what really made me rap, I think I was just hanging around the homies or some shit, and I had, you know, growing up, in the hood and shit, like most of your homies gonna try to dip into the rap, and like y'all get that clarification among yourself, like, like motherfuckers might write some shit, spit it, you fuck with it, you like, damn, okay, I'm gonna try to spit this shit I got right here, you feel me? So shit, fuck it. Motherfucker, open up that notepad, spit that shit. You see motherfuckers really fucking with it, like you see their reaction, like they was moved by some shit you said. That's enough to keep a nigga going. Like I'm gonna take this shit for real.
Right. Like, before you started rapping, or before you even thought about rap, what did you plan? Like, before rap became your future, or whatever, what would you want your future to be if it like wasn't like rapping or anything else? What would it be?
I would. Honestly, I really don't know. I always told myself though,
Cause you always told yourself you wanted to be like rapping and
real
stuff.
talk, and I told myself even if I didn't take my music seriously, I'd still fuck around in the industry. I'll probably go back to producing, like taking that shit seriously, or I'll jump into making beats. Like as long as I'm somewhat engaged in the music industry, I think I would have been alright.
That makes it right.
Yeah. But since I'm already 1 foot in this shit, I'm gonna take this shit for real though. So I might as well pursue a rap artist's career to the fullest.
Have you ever been to like a rap school?
A rap school? Nah. I ain't
Do you want to go to a rap school?
Honestly,
Or did you, like when you were
if
younger, did you
anything,
ever wanted to go to a rap
if
school?
anything, I'll just go to like a art school that'll teach, like more so on the producing side and on the filmmaking and
Right.
sound and audio, shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically all the questions. I mean, if you have like some things like you want to say, you can like say it.
I want to say shout out to all my people. You know, shout out to God. I want to say
That's
shout
my
out
boy.
Lit Music. Shout out Sis for the interview. I appreciate it for this,
You're welcome.
definitely. You know. And
Shout out to Bougie Boutique too.
Shout out to Bougie Boutique, definitely. If y'all ain't shop, go shop bougieboutique.org or hit up the Quita Curry on Facebook. But yeah, this was a pretty good interview. You know, you got some pretty good questions for me, sis. I ain't gonna lie, and a lot of them, you know. And I like the way you engaged in with the questions, also. You know,
Right.
as far as asking your own questions and shit. But I just hope everything keeps going up with this video content shit for the YouTube with you. You know, and I wish you the best.
I be
sincerely.
trying my hardest.
I wish you the best, sincerely.
Thank you.
Until next time, hopefully we can do another interview here pretty soon, though. Once I
Like
drop the video
updated
and shit.
interview?
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
And we go rate like a month or two.
Say, look, I'm down for that. I'm gonna have some more shit for y'all too, also.
Right.
But we finna get into this video though for the song. Appreciate y'all.
We finna like do this little sneak peek song or whatever.
This my new shit dropping soon. Make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it in about 2 weeks or so.
In the dough, money talk, what it's saying, no. I'm a felon, I got a plug, we'll send it from Mexico. We got everything that they don't, nigga grab and go. Major distribution, count reparations for selling dope. Punching from all 50 states, ran through 100 hoes. Sending bitches right in the mines, ran through 100 phones. Standing on all 10 toes, when you getting dogs, keep it paused. Niggas will do you dirty, but play you close. I don't trust a motherfucking soul, moved a lot of pills. Pay 60,000 from off the road, nigga fucking deal. You everything but real, spit that shit that niggas feel. The niggas you do around do anything but kill. Bitch, I play for keeps. I ride for it now. I used to pull up on a 10 speed. Now it's being seized. Yo, bitch don't know what she wanna eat till she see me. The weight on my shoulders carry for years. Can't fit a triple beam, but I'ma make it happen. Long nights trapping, feel like 10 mix 300 keys in a mansion. But I'ma make it happen. Stay in Louis Gucci Valley and free Louis till that motherfucking shit backwards.
That shit dropping real soon. Like,
Period.
stay tuned.
That's the one you doing the video with.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, share this video, stay tuned for one video because I'm coming with bangers all 2023 and that's just on period.
Simple as that.
And I'll see y'all in the next video.